This is a school of knowledge applied into experience to flourish in your life as wisdom. Okay? And that's what you're going to learn at this retreat. We're going to briefly present to you what Ramta's teachings are based on. As an overview, the 4 cornerstones of Ramta's teachings, so that you begin to create in your mind a clear picture as to why you came here and what you're going to learn in this remarkable event and what you're going to take home with you. This is going to be a brief presentation to you just so you get acquainted with the furniture in the house. And then we'll go from there, okay? The very first thing I learned when I came here more than 20 years ago from seminary school, I was going to be a priest, a Catholic priest. And I was the best of my class, master's degree, thesis, lots of conjecture. No experience at all. But I had a passion to learn what Christ was and Christ knew. So that was my pathway here. And when I learned about Ramta in the White Book, how many of you have read the White Book? Excellent. I recommend it to you. An excellent introduction to Ramta's lifetime and how he learned through his life's experience what he now knows. Ramta, the White Book, classic. So that brought me here to learn what Christ was really about. And that was just my personal journey. Everyone has a different one. But the first thing I learned from Ramta, Ram comes out and he says, "Behold God." And with that, he greets everybody without saying anything, and he does this. Please stand up. Everybody stand up. You're going to get a little experience here. Ram comes out, and he extends his arms out, and he does this. Repeat after me. Behold God. So be it. Take a seat. Wasn't that spooky and weird? What is he doing? What is he talking about? He said this was not a religion or cult. It's a school. The first cornerstone of Ramta's teachings is behold God. And I was very curious when I saw Ram do that. And later in my schooling, he explained what that meant. And you're going to learn what it means. It's actually a science that you're going to learn today. He's bringing all of his presence and attention to this particular focal point in your brain. And he is recognizing that he is a creator, a divine being, and he's recognizing that you are a creator and a divine being too. Behold God. God doesn't belong only to religion and philosophers. God lives within us all. And what religion has contributed is that the best way to define the divine is to see God as creator. Very simple. You're going to hear God mentioned many times here in these teachings. And what it means is creator. God is creator. And we're going to learn what Yeshua ben Joseph, Jesus Christ, really meant when he said God lives within you. The kingdom lives within you. The power lives within you. And I refer to Christianity because I was a seminarian. That was my path here. But if you were an atheist, which is cool, then you would refer to science, possibly. You would refer to science, and you would be all jazzed about the greatest and latest experiments being done about the observer effect, collapsing probability into actual mass and possibility made reality. Same thing. Remember, he pointed here, and he bowed, and he pointed to that focal point. Whether you come from a background such as mine or from science, the greatest message without superstition that speaks about the power within you. Same thing. So that is the first cornerstone in Ramta's teachings, so remember that. And the power is in you. It's not out there in a cloud or in somebody else's hands. It is personal, powerful, in action, dynamic. It cannot be turned off. It's awesome. It's what is creating our life. Every moment, we're going to learn how to utilize this power intentionally, consciously, to create something wonderful for you. That's what Behold God means. That is the first cornerstone of Ramta's teachings. And the second one, so that's Behold God. I'm going to give you a moment to write those down at the end. That's the first one. And the second one is consciousness and energy create the nature of reality. Okay, that's a mouthful. Do you want to read it? Read it out loud to yourself. Consciousness and energy creates the nature of reality. Out there online, you do it too. Participate in your own enlightenment. Consciousness and energy. So it's not just energy. Oh, it feels good. I feel you. I see your aura. I feel your frequency. You're awesome. It's not just that. We learn from science that any wave of frequency or energy has information in it. It's not just raw energy. Energy, which is represented by this motion, this wave of energy carries something with it. Whether it be your cell phone conversation, your TV show, the radio news, whatever it is that is frequency and that is a wave of energy, which actually is the whole of everything that exists, is made out of these waves of energy, carries something in it. It's not about just dancing to the sound of the music and the rhythm, but it is about what you're thinking. What are you present with while you are in motion, while you are responding to motion, frequency, and energy? And later you will learn more about that. So consciousness and energy go together. They cannot be separated, as Ramta explains. They are inextricably combined. Consciousness and energy is everything. All reality is constructed from consciousness and energy, including our body, including us. We are consciousness and energy. In the past, the great philosophers, the great revolutionaries of the independence movements in France and in the United States in the 18th century would refer to this in terms of free will. Free will, freedom and will, consciousness and energy. That's what defines us as human beings. We have the power to reason, and we have the power of free choice. That's what makes us human. And guess what? What makes us human is what makes us divine, because these qualities are what allows us to be creators and participants in the creation of our own destiny and our own life. This is what makes us human, is what makes us divine, because it's what is the basis of the power to create. So consciousness and energy create the nature of reality. We will go very deep and explore much more about this as we progress, okay? Just remember these words. So that's cornerstone number 2. The next one, make known the unknown. This is the third cornerstone of Ramta's teachings and this school of enlightenment and of the ancient wisdom of the ages. It was always so. It's the only directive there is. It is the only impulse that creates the whole universe and life itself. It's the desire to make known the unknown. That's it. There's no other code. There's no other commandment. There's no other law. There's no other directive. It's simple and profound. We are here. This is our purpose, our mission, our objective, our desire, why we are happy to be alive, why we are happy this moment. This moment, I am learning something I never knew before. I am making known something for me that I never knew before. And our whole life becomes an exciting adventure when we live by this principle alone and know that we are creators in a field of consciousness and energy. And what our will is, your will be done. It'll be your experience. Make known the unknown. And later on, my colleague Laura, let's wave back there. Laura will be with us during this event. There's Laura Mooney, my colleague, powerhouse of willpower right there. And she will expand more on these concepts later on today. One last 4 cornerstones to finish this building. Conquer yourself. Conquer yourself. It's about you. Ramta said it many, many times. It's not about me. It's not about the Ram. It's not about Jay-Z Knight. Even though we love them, we appreciate them and cherish them for the wisdom they have shared with us. The love that they have shared with us is not about Laura or me or anyone. This event, we are here for you. This event is about your own awakening. This event is about learning at least one thing you did not know that will change you, that will benefit you and your life, that will give you a clearer vista as to your possibility, as to what you can create with the equipment that you already have inside your head and in your body. This is about what you can do for yourself when you become present and learn to look inward and start conquering the things you don't want anymore. Conquering all patterns of thinking that do not serve you anymore. Start conquering your own kingdom within, that your kingdom without becomes abundant, extraordinary, remarkable life, genius, brilliant, explorers, joy, radiant health, fabulous wealth and abundance in your life because you created it, because you have the power within you to do such. And we're going to learn in this event those tools that you possess to go and tackle your own life and start conquering yourself. One of the greatest sayings of antiquity was written at the door of the Temple of Apollo in Delphi, in Greece. And the famous words that philosophers always talked about, Socrates talked about, was know thyself. Noti suton, know thyself, and you will know the gods and the secrets of the universe. Knowing yourself comes first, so that you can then conquer yourself, which means change. You will have the tools, you will learn the tools here to do just that. To get to know who you are, your potential, and get to conquer and change what you want. No one is going to tell you how to use the power that is in you. That's for you to choose. And the outcome of your creation will be your experience, and you deserve it, whatever it is. But this is a waking up to what was always there. You were always this. But perhaps now, for the first time, you're beginning to realize and learn about this power that lies within you. So that is why the great work and is great. It is language taken from alchemy. And in the imagery of alchemy, they were about making gold, right? Take the base metals and transmute them in the fire into gold. So in the language of alchemy, we have these guys firing these base metals, tin, nickel, raw metals with impurities, with a lot of stuff mixed in. And they were after gold. And with perseverance and passion and patience, when they changed themselves, one fine morning, they accomplished their task. And in their crucible, that base metal of humanity, our limitations, that base metal was transmuted now into the gold of Christ. That was the language. The gold means the new mind, the divine awakening in you. Gold has always represented that great divine mind. So from the raw metal of humanity, we are conquering ourselves through the great work as an alchemist. Another imagery is the butterfly, the transmutation of the butterfly. The caterpillar would be the raw metal, would be the human being, ignorant as to the powerhouse inside of him or her. The caterpillar that dreams of fantastic, legendary beings with beautiful wings floating on gentle summer breezes, nourishing not on green leaves, but on beautiful golden nectar from deep-throated lilies. And the caterpillar goes to sleep, has the dream, surrenders to the dream completely, which is not unlike the great work that you will learn here. Surrenders, dissolves into a gel that is reformed. It is reconstructed. Consciousness and energy create the nature of reality, the structure, the bones. So the caterpillar is in this dream. It's holding the dream. Focus. You will learn focus. Focus, presence, passion. This is what I want. No one is taking me away from it, not even myself. You will learn about that. Holding that dream dissolves into a gel, and here comes of the chrysalis the beautiful winged God that takes off in a gentle breeze, oriental wings. Oh my God, what happened to me? I am like in a dream. I have become my dream. And it goes from flower to flower, color, not just green, many colors now. Greater possibilities, greater potential that it was not aware of before. Drinking golden nectar, the gold of the alchemists. Now in the butterflies, the golden elixir that now feeds and nourishes this new dream. But it was the same original caterpillar. It was the same old human being, ignorant, victimized by the world, their genetics, their culture, their station in life, their parents, their boyfriend or girlfriend, wife. Human being, apparently without possibilities, a slave to its own lack of understanding itself and its potential. So that's what the great work is about. And the great work is how we conquer ourselves. And the great work are in school the disciplines which are tools and techniques of focus and holding the dream as a caterpillar, as the alchemist firing the crucible to arrive at that fine morning of the gold. And that is exactly what this school is about, and that is exactly what you will learn at this event. And we are so very proud and honored that you came. So be it.